So today, I'd like to present the topic of detaching yourself from the outcome. I'm sure we've all been at a place once in our life where we've been disappointed from what the outcome was. Whether it be something that you created in your own head. So for instance, say if you set a goal in your head to do something, but you don't achieve it, does that necessarily mean that you're failing? Because I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit. I think any step in the right direction is progress. I think we should change the way that we think to a positive perspective instead of a negative. So say for instance, I set a goal. I'll just use working out as an example because I like working out. So say I set a goal in my head that I'll do 100 push-ups in 1 minute. Is that possible? Maybe. Is that likely? Probably not. So say if I don't do 100 push-ups, is that me failing at it, at the attempt of doing it? Because I don't think so. I don't think it's failing. I think it's progress. I think it's progress in the right direction, even though I don't reach 100 push-ups. So say for instance, if I do 50 push-ups, that's still amazing. So what I'd like to change your thoughts is from a negative perspective to a positive perspective. A lot of people set up expectations in their own mind about something, and if they don't achieve whatever that expectation is, it's considered failure or it's a negative outlook on it. And what I think we should do is not set that up for us, because when we do that, it's almost like sometimes we set ourselves up for failure. If I don't achieve this goal, then I'm not good enough. If I don't achieve that goal, then I'm not worthy. I'm a failure. And what I'd like to encourage everybody today is that by doing something, by taking a step into the right direction or giving 100% into something that you care about or that you're passionate about, you're already making progress. You're already doing something and you're moving in the right direction. So, detaching yourself from the outcome. Let me just tell you something about myself, the reason why I came to this conclusion of what I would like to talk to you guys about today is because when I was younger, say back in high school, I kind of had this image in my head that by a certain age, I would be doing this. I would have a career, I would have a family, I would have a house, I would be rich, I would be something up there by a certain age. And I'm pretty sure you guys all have had that same experience where you yourself create this image in your own head that by this certain age, you need to be doing this, or else you're less than what you thought you were. And that's having a negative outlook on things, because I don't think that there is a time that you need to be doing something by a specific time. So for me, yeah, it's just the way you think is a little bit different. Okay, so let me just give you some tips of how to detach yourself from the outcome. So the first part is, if you give 100% to something, don't expect 100% results. And what I mean by that is, say for instance, you go into a test, you studied as hard as you could, you prepared as well as you could, but you didn't quite get the grade you wanted. You didn't get 100%. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough to get. You could have studied as best that you could have, but say for instance, you get a B, you get a 88% or something like that. That's still 88% better than a 0. And that to me should be a positive thing in your head, instead of thinking, I didn't do so well, I didn't get an A. Another thing I would like to say is living in the present. Don't worry about what's happened in the past. It's in the past, you can't change it. Don't worry about what's happening in the future, the what ifs. What if I do this, what is gonna happen? Live in the moment, be in the moment, because that's where you can make the most of your life. Another thing I'd like to say is take everything as a learning lesson. Don't look at things as negative. Look at things as being, okay, this is something that I could work on, or something that I could learn from. So one thing I would really like for you guys to sink into your own heads is change the lens of your thinking, changes the way you view the world. Change the lens of your thinking changes the way you view the world. Let's change our thinking from a negative perspective to a positive perspective, and anything that happens within us is going to be okay. Another thing too, and I will just close with this, is be proud of the person who you are, because everybody is unique in their own way. I may be good at one thing, but I may suck at another thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that just because I am not as good as somebody else at this, that I am not as good as that other person. Everybody is unique in their own way, and they should take pride in that. And why should we strive to be like somebody else when no two people are the same? You should be confident in the person that you are, be happy that you are unique, and yeah. I don't know.